Hello, Anteaters. It's week 7, and you know what that means. It's time for another episode of the ZOT News Network Special Report. UCI hosted its 9th annual Vagina Monologues this past weekend. Hello, I'm Odalis Suarez. The cast and crew, consisting of over 60 students, performed the 18 monologues at the Physical Science Lecture Hall. Scott Spears spoke with Namita Varaya to learn more about this performance.
Hello, I'm here with Namita Varaya today, and we're going to talk about the Vagina Monologues, which she was a part of this last weekend. So Namita, what exactly are the Vagina Monologues?
The Vagina Monologues is a show written by Eve Ensler, who is a women's activist. She went around the world and interviewed tons of different women from different backgrounds, cultures, and she was asking them about female sexuality, gender, their personal stories, vaginas, etc. And then she took these interviews and wrote them into monologues. So that's essentially what the show is, but the whole point of the show is to help spread awareness and educate people about violence against females and violence against people just based on gender.
And so what was your part specifically in the Vagina Monologues?
I was a cast member, so I performed with 4 other girls, and the monologue is called For My Sisters of Port-au-Prince, Bukavu, New Orleans. It's a mouthful, but it's the spotlight monologue for Vagina Monologues this year. It focuses on places like Haiti, Democratic Republic of Congo, and New Orleans, places that are ravaged by natural disasters. And it just highlights what happened after all these natural disasters, what happened to women, what happened to the infrastructure. All these things are really tragic. And so this is really highlighting our cause for this year and also for V-Day, which is the national organization.
How do you believe the performances went overall this year?
They went really well. Everyone did a great job with each different monologue, and everyone has so much heart and soul in this because it's first a cause and then a show. So it's really great to see that come out on stage and to see people so supportive of the show. So it's great, and we managed to fundraise over $10,000 this year, which is really awesome.
And so all the money you raised through Vagina Monologues, what does that go to?
So we're donating to 3 different charities this year. One of them is V-Day, which is the international organization started by Eve Ensler, dedicated to helping stop violence against women. So the money that we give to V-Day is going to help rebuild and build more women's shelters in Haiti, so that women who are there who have lost their homes because of the earthquake can kind of get back on their feet. And then the second one is the Orange County Transgender Coalition, which is based in Santa Ana, and that's the coalition is really good because it's helping out the transgender population in Southern California. So it's really about activism. And the last one is right here at UC Irvine. It's called the Campus Assault Resources and Education Center, or CARE for short. And CARE is a really great organization on campus because it helps people who have been affected by sexual harassment, sexual assault, rape, stalking, etc. And it's a really vital organization for any campus because there's a statistic that says that about 1 in 4 women who go to college are actually going to be sexually harassed in some way or other. So it's a really important organization on campus.
Okay. And how much money does the Vagina Monologues make?
Well, it came out to about, I think it's over $10,000 this year, but overall, in all the years that Vagina Monologues has been at UC Irvine, there's been over $100,000 raised overall.
Well, that is definitely a good cause. Thank you for your time and filling us in on what exactly the Vagina Monologues are.
Thank you.
I've been Scott Spears, reporting for ZNN.
The UCI Student Center Board of Advisors hosted an art auction at the Student Center this past Wednesday. The event sold art pieces made by students, which were available in a silent and live auction. The proceeds will be donated to the Orange County Children's Therapeutic Arts Center. Pat Breen has more to tell us.
All right, I'm here with Bill Miller from the Student Center. We're at the fabulous art gallery. It's just open. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, so this is a student art auction hosted by the Student Center Board of Advisors down in the Student Center Pacific Ballrooms. This event has been the first time through, and we're hoping to make a little bit of money for the Orange County Therapeutic Arts, Children's Therapeutic Arts Center in Santa Ana.
Great. Could you tell us a little bit about some of the pieces around?
Yeah, so right behind us actually we have the Pacific Coast series by Mark Leeson. I believe it was done in 1998, and so Mark Leeson was a former UCI student, and he submitted this artwork back in the day for the student art program. The Student Center Board every spring hosts an art program which students are allowed to submit their artwork to win prizes, and then at which point Mark decided to donate his work to the Student Center afterwards. It was displayed on the walls of the Student Center, but after renovation in 2007, the art came down, and that's why at this point in time we're now deciding to auction it off. All of it's student art. There are actually just two exceptions. The piece that's currently on the stage right now, American Couple, it's actually done by a former UCI professor.
Okay.
He went on to become a full-time art professional, and he actually has a gallery out in Paso Robles. And then also behind us there is student art from the students at the Therapeutic Arts Center, and that have been donated to us by the children. The ages range from 8 years old to we have one that's 20 years old who is has special needs.
Okay, great, thanks. And then I'd also heard about one specific piece that was it's from a collection, the rest of which is in LACMA.
Yeah, so actually Oriental Blonde that we have right there, I believe there's currently approximately about 45 prints, and LACMA actually was one of them. They displayed one of the pieces in the collection in their museum for some time. I believe theirs was around the 41 out of 45, and somewhere in that range. And this piece that we actually have going up for auction nights in the early 30s, and so of the series. And so our piece is more original than the one that LACMA even presented to us. And this student was the same thing. This is a student at UCI who made these prints for us.
Oh, very good. All right, well, thank you very much for talking to us. This is the Student Center Art Gallery. Back to you.
Okay, sports fans, some of our UCI teams have games coming up and they need your support. Here's what we have for Week 8 in our sports schedule. On Tuesday, February 28th, UCI men's baseball will be playing against Japan Railroad at the Anteater Ballpark at 2 p.m. On Wednesday, February 29th, our very own UCI men's basketball team will be playing against Long Beach State at an away game starting at 7 o'clock p.m. Women's basketball will be playing against UC Riverside on March 1st at another away game also beginning at 7 o'clock p.m. Finally, men's tennis will be competing against Santa Clara in our Anteater Tennis Stadium at 1 p.m. So come and show your support and Anteater spirit by coming to these games next week. To find a complete athletics schedule, you can go to the UCI Athletics website at www.ucirvinesports.com. Well, that's all the time we have for you today. Thank you so much for tuning into the ZOT News Network. As always, if you have any questions, comments, tips, or concerns, you can email us at anteatertelevision@yahoo.com. You can also check out our website at www.clubs.uci.edu/anteatertelevision. Until next time, Anteaters, I'm Odalis Suarez. Have a good night.